Hello and welcome back. Okay, full disclosure, I'm still sitting in front of the Cozy Corner. I'm Ember Mae, author of the 10-book series, The Veronica Swift Mysteries. Basically, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but not. It has like the sitcom vibes. Sitcom vibe for cozy mysteries, and there's a dog who loves to get his nose into trouble because he finds dead bodies. That is what the series is about. And, full disclosure, which is what I said earlier, but then went into, I am batch filming this, which is why I almost forgot the intro. And, so yeah. I am batch recording just because it makes my life so much easier, and I already have my goals planned. So why wouldn't I just film the video? I'm already set up. So, the goals we'll review first. That's what I said I would review. Last quarter's goals. So last quarter goals was to do the Kickstarter. Like, basically, that's what the whole goals were. I also had a health goal to do a challenge, that my dad sent, and I did do that, which was nice, but I did that in January, so it's been a while. Yeah, so my goal was to get the Kickstarter done, and, I had been working on the Kickstarter for quite a while. And I pushed the Kickstarter date back twice, I think, just so that I could feel ready. And where is that chick? They sound very loud. Like they're in the room with me. But I don't think they are. Welcome to spring on a chicken farm. Anyway, well, we're not really a chicken farm, but we have chickens, as you can hear. So, yeah, so my quarter last year was really focused on the Kickstarter and doing my health goal. So, I have managed to do, both of those things. I'm very proud of myself about them, because that health goal, man, that was a struggle. There's a lot of growth and mindset shifting that I had to do during this last quarter also, just because of how the Kickstarter was, and starting the YouTube channel, and physically, like, feeding my body's protests with my mind to finish the health goal. That was also one of those challenges, and I've had a lot of, like, mindset shifting and things, and a lot of talking to God about stuff, to see the different perspectives of where I'm at and how to enjoy where I'm at, even though it's a struggle, because it's a struggle. So yeah, that's kind of how my quarter one went. It was great. I've actually had more book sales this quarter than I think I have my whole career, which was really nice, and that has to do with a promotion that I was part of in December. Thank you so much, Zoe York, for your continued work with indie authors and romance authors in particular. But yeah, I really would not be where I'm at without that promotion, I think. And then I also have to shout out Michelle Dare and Karen, my editor, because they were the ones that helped me get into the groups so that I could be part of the promotion. And so I really, really appreciate you guys doing that for me, because it's really, really helped. my business. So yeah, that was quarter one. And now, quarter two. Okay, you guys will learn this about me probably very soon. If you haven't already, I am very forward-looking. I have a hard time going back and reviewing things. I do it once a year, really. When I do the year compass which I'll link it down below because I love it. I've done it for 3 years now. It's very helpful. So yeah. Anyway, quarter two goals. I'm going to say quarter two, I actually work in 12-week years, based on the 12-week year book from People. I will also link that down below. And, I don't use the full system because it overwhelms me quite considerably, but thinking of the quarter as a year really helps me break down each week what I need to get done when, so that I can stay on top of my tasks. And I started doing this when I was in college, as a way to kind of help me click into the tunnel vision that I am prone to. If you look at Clifton's strengths, I have high focus, and that's one of the key attributes of focus, is that we kind of like put up blinders once we click into a goal. And so that's part of why I am so goal oriented. I'm also futuristic and have like very high learner and achiever. So like, yeah, I get an activator. So all those things culminate into someone who is very goal-oriented and wishes time would go by faster, but also time is going by too fast. And I've not done nearly the amount of things I should have done in that time, which we can just call time blindness. So I use 12-week years because they help to defeat the time blindness a little bit by giving me weekly objectives to hit, and then it also keeps the overwhelm at bay slightly. They also, as part of it, do a scoring thing to see if you passed or failed for the week. I don't do that part because that part makes me feel very stressed out when I fail a week, and trust me, there's lots of weeks where I fail. Because there's also other cycles that my body is going through that I'm not in control of, and therefore my energy levels are different at different times and all that stuff. So, some weeks I can get like a week and a half of work done, and other weeks I get one thing done on the task list, and it's because like things take longer than I expect them to, or my energy level is just not there, and I'm dragging. And I have daily farm chores that I must complete because otherwise the animals get very upset at me. And, so yeah, it's not good for the brain, especially one like mine that's sticky with numbers, to be like, oh, well, you didn't pass last week, so now you have to do all of the things for last week plus this week, and you really should just get ahead. 'Cause that's how my brain works. And so I'm constantly fighting against those things. I cannot say I always win. But that is why I use 12-week year. It works for me. It may not work for you. Alright. If you haven't heard of the Clifton Strengths Test, I would really recommend checking out Becca Syme and the Quitcast. And then also her Better Faster Academy has, talks about the strengths and stuff. And I think on her resources page is where she has the videos, that talk about each individual strength for authors and how that presents in authors. And so, yeah, you can take the test for the Clifton Strengths, and then you can watch the videos that are your top 5 and top 10 and top 15 strengths. Yep. So, we'll move into the actual point of the video now. This quarter, I am working on the Kickstarter fulfillment, which, based on how I did, I tallied everything up and stuff, it actually might not take me as long, but I'm still gonna say it's going to take me until July, just because shipping is always a pain, and I've not worked with this company before, that I'm using to distribute the books, and it might take longer than I'm expecting it to. So, yeah, Kickstarter fulfillment is goal number 1. Goal number 2 is I'm writing screenplays for the next book series. So, when I was in college, I took screenwriting. Absolutely adore the format. I love the screenwriting format because it feeds so easily into my underwriting tendencies. I just have to have the character names, the actions, and the dialogue. I don't have to describe anything. I don't have to paint pictures for anything. Nothing, really. And so, especially not in the first draft, which is what I'm doing. Typically I do dictation for the first draft, but because it's a brand new series, I don't have her voice down yet. And I'm much better at getting that through my fingers. If I just try to dictate, I will talk myself in circles, lose the story, and have to rewrite multiple times. Because I know that from past series that I've done, that's what happens. And so I'm not doing that this time. This time I'm writing screenplays for the 5 books. And then I will take the screenplay like an outline and expand upon it, either through dictation or writing the actual manuscripts. I haven't decided yet. And then after that draft, I will do one more pass, and then it will be off to my mom. And then it will actually start being posted chapter by chapter on Ream starting in June. So, I'm launching a Ream subscription in June. That is the 3rd goal for this quarter. And, so I might even release the screenplays for people to read if that's something that y'all might be interested in. So I have a Ream account set up right now, but what's on there is not what I'm actually looking at providing for people. So I'm going to be going in relatively soon, probably after the Kickstarter stuff is fulfilled, and changing that information up so that I can I'm gonna soft launch early June, and then grand opening launch at the end of June. The soft launch is just so that I can start getting into the habit of posting the things that I say I'm gonna post, simply because, back to Clifton's strength, my number 34, which is the last strength, is consistency. So, consistency is not something I have that is easily accessible. So I have strong focus, but I don't have strong consistency. I have no consistency. So, I'm still learning how to kind of trick my other strengths into looking like consistency and being consistent. Sorry, I got a phone call from my mom. Anyway, so consistency is my number 34. So it's really, really impossible for me to access that. And I'm still learning how to make my other strengths work in a way that are that would look like to the outside observer consistency. And some of that has to do with finding rhythms, because I hate the word routine for me for some reason. It seems too constricting, too confining, and rhythms, if you miss a beat you can pick it up again, and so that's why I use that term. It's really the same. but in my brain, it matters. And so, I mean, I'm an author. Words matter. So yeah, I am going to do a soft launch for Ream to start practicing getting those things out on time to people so that I can continue to provide. I want to do the under promise, over deliver instead of the opposite, which is kind of what I've done in the past because I'm just so excited about things. I'm like, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that, and I have big ideas, and then reality strikes those ideas down with lightning and thunder, and I'm like, sorry, which is not a great way to go. So I am working on the under promise over deliver aspect of things, and so I'm giving myself till the middle of June to soft launch and the end of June to grand open launch, because I don't want to say hard launch. And those are the 3 main goals that I'm going to have this quarter. And so the thing is, like, I know a lot of people look at me and they're like, how do you get so much done? It's because I hardcore focus on the 3 things that are most important to me, sometimes at the detriment of my health. I will not lie. But another thing that I realized about myself is because I have high activator, I actually need to be, and because I have ADHD, I haven't been diagnosed by a doctor, but like my whole family has ADHD, and when we looked at the questionnaire that the doctor is going to ask you to fill out and ask your friends and family to fill out for you, I am hardcore on the inattentive ADHD scale. So I don't need to be diagnosed from a doctor because I'm not going to go get meds. It's just not something that I need to do, but it helps me to identify things in my life and how to switch it, and how to research from my own brain. So like I've started looking at ADHD videos and stuff on how other people think and seeing if those things will work for me, because I'm different and I need to be okay with being different. But yeah, and also because of the ADHD, the only time my brain shuts up is when I'm working out. So I've actually started doing 2 workouts a day, and that might sound like a lot, but it's really not. I'm doing maybe a half hour of working out a day. Well, half hour to an hour, depending on the day. Because on like run days, I'm running for a half hour to 45 minutes, plus another workout in the evening. But it's really been working for me because I work in the evening. So doing another workout after dinner, which also sounds crazy, but it's keeping me from overeating. Another issue. So like, I eat, I work out, I go shower, and I'm ready to work in the evening, and it's really, really helping me. And then like, the endorphin rush you get from working out, well, that peters out about the time that I'm ready to go to bed. So like, it's really, and I'm sleeping better, and so it's really been helpful to do the 2 workouts. So I get up, I make my mom and I a tonic, which is for it's basically to make our stomach a little more base because we both have GERD. And then we go and we work out whatever we're supposed to do together that day. And then I go and I do farm chores. I feed dogs, I feed pigs, I water chickens, all the things. And then I am working at noon when it's too hot to work on the farm. I start working on my business at noon till about 3:30. Then I make dinner. Then I water chickens again. Then I am feeding the people. And then I am doing my workout. I'm showering. I'm going to work. I'm going to bed. And it has been extremely helpful. That kind of rhythm has been very helpful. And if I miss something, again, because it's a rhythm, it's not a routine, I can pick something else up. And so what's crazy is I have to write that rhythm down. It's the same rhythm every single day. But I have to write it down on the fridge so that I remember what I have and have not done. But it works for me. And that's really what all of us need to find, is what works for us and how our brain works, and really like digging into and coaching ourselves through how hard life is. Yeah. So I found strength coaching, well, I found strengths very helpful, because it helps me to identify some of the things that I need to do. I have not done actual strengths coaching yet. Maybe eventually, but I can't yet. And so, yeah, strengths has been helpful. Pastor Stephen Furtick has just released a new book called Do the New You, and that has been super helpful because his mindsets are really good and things that challenge me quite a bit. Also, they kind of feel like permissions that I'm giving, that he is giving us permission to do. And it sounds ridiculous, but sometimes you just need to be told that you have permission to do whatever. And so that has been helpful. And then also Craig Groeschel has a new book called Think Ahead, and that has been helpful. His podcast episode about, because it's the Craig Groeschel Leadership Podcast, he had a podcast episode about decision making, and that was super helpful as well. And so, like, those are and Becca Syme's Quick Cast. Those things have been the biggest things that have been helping me to kind of, like, coach myself through some gnarly situations and, like, some bad mindsets that I had. And still struggle with, quite honestly, like perfectionism. I'm a recovering perfectionist, and I can feel myself sometimes starting to get trapped into perfectionism, and at least I'm aware of it now. I can't always get away from it, but I'm aware of what's going on, and that's half the battle. So, this went on much longer than I expected. This is the problem when I say I'm just going to talk to the camera, because I can talk. But I will see you guys next week with another video. Not quite sure what it's going to be yet, but I will let you know. You can check community tabs because I'll announce it before it goes live. I will also have it, scheduled up. Hopefully I will be that prepared. Maybe not. Yeah, so you'll have another vlog this week and a talking head video next week with the vlog. And yeah, so I will see you next time. Until then, stay blessed and have a fabulous week. Bye.